So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to cut your coasters out on the dotted line where you had glued them originally. You're going to roll your excess monk's cloth towards your loops. I like to use these red clips to make it easier. I usually pull off about an arm's width worth of yarn, and then I take a dull tapestry needle or yarn needle to do my whipping with. I like to do an anchor stitch. This hides the tail as I'm doing the whipping, and I can whip right around that tail without it being seen. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I'm nice and close to the edge, and I don't want to go into the punching. I don't want to catch my loops, but I want to get really nice and snug up against there. I'm also holding my yarn as I'm whipping around, that way it doesn't shift and it positions nicely, one right next to each other, very close together. Now here I've run out of yarn, so I'm just doing another anchor stitch so I can hide this tail and start fresh with a new piece of yarn. I'm going to pull a new piece of yarn, and then I'm going to hide that tail underneath about a half an inch to an inch worth of the whipping that I've already done. And then I'm just going to start fresh all over again, and I'm going to continue to keep positioning my stitches close. Now when you're finishing, you're going to need to hide your tail once again, so I like to take my needle and put it through about a half an inch to an inch worth of previous whipping, and then just trim my tail nice and tight. Now we're going to steam press. I like to steam press on both sides because whipping tends to make it kind of more curled, and we have our nice new coaster.